Ginebra versus Eastern. After 2 convincing wins against a streaking NLEX Road Warriors and a struggling Phoenix team, itong Ginebra team na to after 2 games has been progressing naman. Itong game na to kontra Eastern though, ito yung talagang naging unang pagsubok para sa Ginebra this conference. Yes, hindi sila Bay Area Dragons na basically invincible unless Ginebra ang kalaban sa finals, pero still, this Eastern team is a tough team with familiar faces like Hayden Blankley, Glenn Yang, Kobe Lam. For Ginebra naman, pansin ko even last conference, since yung team nga nila, retooled yung team nila wala nang assistant puro mga guardia, puro mga wing, puro mga combo guards. More on outside shooting, more on fast break. And even though yes, nagsisimula na silang, alam mo yun, mag-settle in into a half-court team, naturally yung laro talaga nila, mas maglilin yan heavily towards being a perimeter team kasi si Japet Aguilar lang naman yung inside presence. Occasionally si Troy Rosario na bago pa. Diba? So, anong expect natin? Anyway, so yung Ginebra team kasi nito, even last conference, pansin ko, they're always sobrang init from the outside or sobrang alat. As in yung napaka-alat. Tuyot na tuyot from the outside. Now, sa video na to, after their loss to Eastern, hopefully, ang maging angle ng video na to ay matignan natin yung ways to succeed for Ginebra. Even if they're shooting blanks. Kasi sa game na to, they were 1 out of 19 sa 3 points. That's really bad. And me saying bad, it's not me being a hater. Diba, mga kabarangay? We're on the same team. I'm just stating what it is. And hopefully, diba, itong mga sasabihin ko, makikita ng mga viewers as constructive criticism. Kasi yun naman talaga yung aking goal. Pero tingnan muna natin couple of clips to set the context straight para lang matulungang ma-set up yung mga bagay-bagay sa video na to. Okay, first quarter it was a slow start for Ginebra. Okay, they were running their usual triangle offense and kagaya na sa last 2 videos na ginawa natin. Okay, quick conversation lang about Troy Rosario. Ang gusto ko sa addition ni Troy Rosario, nabuksan ulit yung pinch post ng Barangay Ginebra. Last conference, they didn't really went to the pinch post rather as much as they're doing now. Sa play na to, blind pick kay Troy Rosario which gave Scottie Thompson a paint touch papunta sa ilalim. So ngayon, nag-collapse yung defense, nag-help yung big man to protect the paint. So walang sink and fill na nangyari dito kasi sobrang bilis sa mga pangyayari. Extra pass to Japet Aguilar, 2 points because of a paint touch from Scottie Thompson dahil sa pinch post with Troy Rosario. So tandaan nyo yung paint touch na yun. Pag-uusapan pa natin yan mamaya. For Hong Kong Eastern naman, mabilisan na lang tong 2 clips na to kasi, you know, iba naman talaga yung point ng video na to. So for Eastern, isa sa mga naging advantages nila over Ginebra was their shooting and their shot-making ability of the dribble. Sa play na to, Troy Rosario, Hayden Blankley, okay, ball screen from the center na tao ni Japet Aguilar. So, ang laking advantage for Eastern to have a guy like Hayden Blankley to shoot this kind of difficult shots of the dribble, 3-pointer bago pa kumagat yung switch ni Japet Aguilar. So, yun yung naging factor for Eastern na first half bago gumawa ng yung 3 runs ng Ginebra na kinapos lahat kasi nag-turnover, nag-end ng quarter, natapos na yung game, etc. So, yun yung advantage ng Eastern was their shooting. Sobrang init nila ng first half and the shots they were making were difficult shots. For Ginebra naman, ito na, pag-usapan na natin yung different ways to attack. Now, Ginebra kasi, sila yung team na yes, half-court oriented sila, pero the way they run things, kasi naka-triangle offense sila, diba? They don't really run a lot of pick and rolls. Yes, they do run pick and rolls, pero hindi yun yung main focal point ng offense nila. Pero kasi pag hindi pumapasok yung 3-pointers nila and wala silang spacing sa ilalim, kasi yes, triangle, di ba? Wala naman usually spacing talaga yan, I think. And I genuinely believe na running more pick and rolls or dribble handoffs or handoffs in general would be beneficial for them. Kasi unang reason, makikita natin sa play na to, okay? They run their usual triangle offense. Pero, ang nangyari dito, okay, wala nangyari sa pinch post. Okay? So, nag-flow siya into a 2-man game for RJ Abarientos and Japet Aguilar. So, makikita natin dito yung big man ng Eastern. Okay, magda-drop defense yan. Kasi, okay, obviously, is going to protect the paint. Now, nag-roll dito si Japet, nag-tag si number 80, giving the shot sa top of the key kay Ralph Koo. And, hypothetically, okay, i-assume mo na nasablay yan kasi nga sobrang alat. Maganda rito, nakakapag-generate ka ng different look offensively. Now, kung makikita natin, naka-drop defense si number 19, hindi siya malapit kay RJ Abarrientos, and RJ Abarrientos as defender went over the screen. Okay? So now, ngayon, essentially, walang bantay si RJ Abarrientos dito around 18 feet. So, si RJ Abarrientos, very dynamic guard. He can make these shots. So, nag-pull up siya, 18 feet, dribble pull up, pasok. So, hindi siya paint touch, hindi rin siya open 3-pointer. It's a different look for Ginebra. That's all you can ask for, no? Yun yung, alam mo yun, different look eh. Wala kang spacing sa ilalim, hindi ka makashoot sa labas. Anong gagawin mo? But you shoot the in-between shots. Or, you generate paint touches in a different way. Dito, triangle offense ulit sila. Troy Rosario sa anchor ng poste. Okay? Justin Brownlee sa wing. Nag-corner field dito si RJ Abarrientos. You have Ralph Koo here sa pinch post. Magka-pass to the top sila kay Scottie Thompson. Okay? Now, pinch post kay Ralph Koo. Give and go. Ngayon, magkakaroon ng defensive breakdown ng Eastern dito. Mag-give back si Ralph Koo. Pagka-handback na kay Scottie Thompson, now, itong big man ng Eastern, of course, mag-help yan kay Scottie Thompson, leaving Troy Rosario open. Now, defensively, usually, kapag yung weak side mo, walang masyadong nangyayari, magsisink and fill yan. Yung defender nung nasa corner is going to box out Troy Rosario para, even if, you know, masupalpal man, naka-box out ka kay Troy Rosario. Or kung maka-attempt man si Scottie Thompson at the rim, hindi makaka-offensive rebound si Troy Rosario. Or wala ring handback kasi masusundot mo. Pero dito sa play na to, since ang Ginebra, meron silang tinatakbong action sa weak side, okay, ang tawag dyan, occupying the tag or occupying the weak side. So now, instead of the guy sa weak side boxing out Troy Rosario, since meron kang action dito with Brownlee, okay, ang attention nun, nandun sa action na yun. And now, pagka-help dito ng big man, mag-isa lang si Troy Rosario wide open para sa drop-off. Because of Scottie Thompson's paint touch. So again, different look, different way to attack the paint. Hindi yung poste, hindi yung isolation, hindi yung kung ano-anong drive and kick. Okay, ito, literal, paint touch, pero in a different way. Again, same play. Okay? Japet Aguilar pinch post, hand back to Scottie Thompson, paint touch, walang help na dumating kasi busy silang bantayan yung nangyayari dito sa weak side. Ano ba nangyayari sa weak side? Kasi, okay, usually kapag pinch post, meron niyang parang ala double screen dito, which is called the rebound screen cut option sa triangle. Minsan, umaangat yan. Minsan, i-reject nito, tapos magiging parang down screen yan for the guard. Or minsan, magiging parang cut through. Ganyan. Magka-curl dito, papunta sa gitna. Pero since si Kobe Lam, wala akong maisip na words to describe, pero payatot kasi siya compared to Scottie Thompson. So nakita si Scottie Thompson, si Kobe Lam yung sumasabay, payatot, kayang-kayang buhatin ni Scottie off the dribble. Paint touch, 2 points plus 1. So again, it was a bad loss, pero buti na lang it's early in the conference and they can learn from this loss. Like as Ginebra, of course, di ba meron naman niyang film, nagbe-breakdown ng film, merong advanced analytics. Alam nila gagawin nila. Alam nila paano sila mag-a-adjust. And I hope, di ba, na kagaya ng mga ganitong talo na 1 out of 19 ka sa labas, ang sikip ng spacing sa ilalim, they find different ways to approach their offense and generate different looks for their players. Kasi very dynamic naman yung players nila. Maraming players sila na maraming kayang gawin. Like si RJ off the dribble, yes, turnover prone, pero at marami siyang kayang gawin. Scottie Thompson, versatile player, maraming kayang gawin. Si Troy, 4-5, can shoot, can play inside, can play make nga, nagulat din ako eh. So, very dynamic team sila. Depende na lang sa paano sila mag-a-adjust kapag yung talagang mga 3-pointer sila, as in talagang ayaw pumasok sa rim, para may takip. So, yun, it was a loss, pero buti nga naman, early in the conference pa lang, mas mabuti nang matalo ka na ngayon. 'Di ba? And finish strong. Kasi pag puro ka panalo sa umpisa and then sa dulo ka nagtatatalo, ang hirap magpanic. 'Di ba? Parang naging complacent ka with you winning. And now ngayong nagtatatalo ka, ang hirap mag-adjust kasi nagpapanik ka na. Or ang iksi na lang ng time mo. So ngayon at least, 'di ba, maaaral nila saan sila kulang and paano sila mag-a-adjust to solve that problem.